What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk a bit about ranked play because this is something that we just heard about, and it's actually something that looks good for Modern Warfare 2. It's not something you're going to hear on YouTube or on this channel very often, but hey, you know what? I'm going to give it credit where credit is due. This game mode looks like it was well thought out, well prepared, and even though it's not obviously unique, ranked play's been in pretty much every single Call of Duty so far, it does seem like they are taking the best parts from Vanguard and from other Call of Duty. So I want to talk about it and I guess kind of give Infinity Ward props for doing something correct for once. So I guess, you know, if you're an Infinity Ward fanboy, I guess you're gonna like this video. Everyone else is probably gonna hate this video. So anyway, I want to talk about it because I want to be honest with you guys, right? Speaking of honesty, I also saw this post on Reddit that I want to talk about real quick before I get into ranked play. Someone basically says, did anyone else buy something because they were under the impression that this was a 2-year COD? And so if you don't know what he's talking about, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 was marketed as a 2-year game, which would have been the first time ever since Call of Duty's been coming out every single year, where they actually delayed the release of a game or didn't have a release of a game for a year so that people would be able to actually play this game throughout both years and spend money on it and not feel like that money's going to waste. Well, unfortunately, it looks like that money probably is going to waste. It's much waste as every other Call of Duty because it doesn't look like this is going to be a 2-year cycle game anymore. That's per the news, right? Sledgehammer is supposed to be making COD 2023 because Modern Warfare 2's sales weren't super fantastic. So yeah, people feel cheated, and this guy basically just posts on Reddit. He says, I don't feel like, I feel like lied to. I'll keep playing, but I want my money back. I'm talking about cosmetic purchases and things like that and it makes sense, right? Because if it was marketed as a 2-year life cycle, you kind of figure you'd get your cosmetics for 2 years. And obviously that's not the case right now. So I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. It's kind of odd how it's turning out to be, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are unhappy with it, and I might make a separate video on this going on in the future, but for now I do want to talk about ranked play because I figure I should talk about something positive in Call of Duty, right? No one else is. So if you don't know what ranked play is, it's basically a mode where skill-based matchmaking is confirmed to exist. Everything else, I guess, is in theory not 100% truly existing. I mean, take whatever you want with that. Only players who have reached level 16 are going to have access to Modern Warfare 2 ranked play, and they're going to get access to all unrestricted weapons and attachments. So basically, yeah, you can't use every single weapon or attachment or perk, I guess, in ranked play. There's a lot of things limited because you're playing at a very competitive level, and so they don't want people to cheese each other. I think this is pretty common knowledge for everybody who's played Call of Duty at least a little bit. Like, you probably know what ranked play is and what that's about. Basically, players are going to play matches to receive a skill rating and basically figure out which skill division they're going to be placed into. There are 8 skill divisions this year, which is kind of cool. I don't know okay, I do know them. Okay, so here we go. So it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crimson, iridescent, and top 250. So 8 divisions as opposed to, I think Vanguard had 6 or 7. I did play Vanguard ranked play a lot, and honestly, that was probably the most fun part of Vanguard, let's be honest here. So I'm hoping that Modern Warfare 2's, ranked play will kind of breathe some life into Modern Warfare 2 because, I mean, like, we all know it could use some, right? Like, Modern Warfare 2 is not exactly the most interesting Call of Duty game out there. I'm just going to put it as is. But it looks like, it's going to be the whole SR system again, which is your skill rating. If you win the match, you gain SR. If you lose SR. It doesn't really matter how well you do personally. Like, you could drop like 55, 60 kills and like 5 deaths. But if you lose the game, I mean, you kind of will lose points. That's what it's coming down to. Also returning from Vanguard, like I said, is the top 250 skill division, the best 250 players in all of Modern Warfare 2, and it's only reachable by earning 10,000 SR. Everyone is going to start in the bronze rank, which I do like. I think that it's good as opposed to like placement matches because, something that I talked about in Vanguard's ranked play matches is where basically you can do super well in your placement matches and literally be placed in like contender or like the bottom ranking mode, right? And that's just a terrible feeling, right? It just makes you feel like, why did I do all this? Try so hard in my placements just to get placed at the bottom. And people who are doing like, not so good, probably placed above them. So it's just like, it's a weird system how they categorized it. I honestly kind of like the fact that everyone's starting at bronze together. So that's good. Everyone just starts at the bottom and you climb based on how good or bad you are. And obviously the better you are, the faster you're going to climb. I think that makes sense. Every win that players earn in ranked play is going to earn them stars to improve their overall rank, and there's going to be 50 ranks that players can progress through. They don't reset at the start of every season, and it's meant to show your progress throughout the entire ranked play career. Doesn't this kind of sound like, oh, I don't know, prestige mode, right? It's kind of nice having something that doesn't reset at the end of every season or at the start of every season, right? It's kind of nice having that. It's a little weird that we, don't have that in multiplayer. I don't know why Infinity Ward and Activision in general is so predicated and focused on chasing people off of traditional 6v6 multiplayer, right? They're inventing, not 6v6, they're inviting like invasion, ground war. They're promoting the hell out of like skill divisions and stuff like that. It's honestly kind of crazy how they're doing this, and I don't really, I'm not a big fan of this. So it is what it is. I don't know. Ranked play, hopefully ranked play is fun and people enjoy it. Ranks are not going to reset at the start of every season, and they're meant to show a player's progress throughout their entire ranked play career. So that's cool. I do like the fact that it's not going to reset. Another thing that's cool is that if teams are uneven, then the matches are not going to start. If someone leaves or disconnects before the match begins, all players return to the lobby. That's definitely very good, because sometimes in Vanguard, people would like just disconnect or something like that. Even, if it's on their fault or not, maybe they rage quit and you'd have to play it out basically. Like, I think they changed it later to where it only played till like the first hard point or second hard point or something like that. And then it kind of reverted back to normal. But yeah, man, I'm not really on board with the whole like people being punished because someone else on their team loses connection or something like that. That's dumb. I'm glad that they're not doing that. Speaking of that, Modern Warfare 2 is going to have SR forgiveness. Basically, if someone disconnects in the middle, nobody on that team is going to lose any SR. That is really, really good. Treyarch is apparently helping out with ranked play here in Modern Warfare 2. Players who advance to a new skill division will not lose SR within their first 3 matches in the new skill division. So that's demotion protection. That is pretty smart. This is my first time reading it. Basically, your first 3 matches in a new division, you're not going to lose SR even if you lose. So it's not going to immediately kick you out. It's going to give you some leeway and some grace period. So I do appreciate that. As far as the skill divisions goes, like I said, there's 8 of them. The first one is going to be 0 to 899, 900 to 2099, 2100 to 3599, 3600 to 5399, and so on and so on. Again, it's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crimson, iridescent, and top 250. So top 250 is going to have 10,000 plus SR. You know me, I'm never going to get there. I honestly don't even know how much ranked play I'm personally going to end up playing. I like the concept, I like the idea, but I really don't have the time these days. It's kind of a stretch to even make these videos. The gameplay you watch for the past, I don't know, I'm going to say 10 videos has probably been like months old at this point. I'm kind of waiting until season 2 drops so I can actually play the new maps and maybe get some gameplay again, because I'm kind of running out of gameplay here. I'm going to have to start using Cold War or Vanguard gameplay soon because I have a lot of those stocked up, but yeah, I don't have a whole lot of Modern Warfare 2 stocked up. I'll be straight up honest with you guys. Let's talk a bit about skill rating. How is it going to be evaluated? Basically, skill rating is earned by playing matches and winning. When you win a match, you're going to earn SR based on your performance and the team performance. When you lose a match, your SR is going to be lost based on your performance and your team performance as well. So obviously, if you carry a team and you win, you're going to get a lot. If you lose and you're at the bottom, you're probably going to lose a lot. Let's put it that way. If you lose and you're at the top, you're probably not going to lose nearly as much. Maybe you'll flat out at 0. It's important to note that skill divisions are going to reset at the end of each season. Players from bronze through crimson divisions are going to begin each season 1 division back, and then bronze ranked will be reset to tier 3 bronze at the beginning, and I guess you'll have to go back up to bronze. I don't know, something like that. There's apparently a lot of good rewards. Okay, so let's talk about ranked 5. You're going to have an operator skin pack. Rank 15, a sidearm blueprint. Rank 30 is going to be a new gun screen that tracks ranked play wins. Ranked 40 is a pro issue combat knife blueprint, and ranked 50 is a ranked veteran operator skin for male and female CDL operators. And then there's going to be skill division ranks where if you get bronze and silver, you're going to have a new emblem. Gold to top 250, which is a huge range. 2 special operator skins, animated emblem and weapon charm. Iridescent and top 250 is going to have an animated calling card. And then the number 1 player, very coolly, very interestingly, is going to have a one-of-a-kind animated calling card and emblem. So that's, even though it's only like a calling card and an emblem, it's kind of cool that there's only one that's, someone's going to have. And that's going to be like a hell of a title. Let's just put it that way. On YouTube and Twitch, that's going to be a hell of a title. You know, a lot of ranked play people are going to be clicking on that and wanting to see what that is. I'm not going to go through the maps and stuff like that, but basically it's going to be search and destroy, hardpoint, and control. It doesn't look like any old maps like shoot house are going to be in this, so yeah, it is what it is. It looks cool. It looks good. Like I said, it looks very promising. Call of Duty's finally doing something that looks cool and interesting. So we're gonna have to see how it is. Let me know your thoughts on ranked play in the comment section down below. And thanks so much for watching. See you guys later. Peace out.